This episode of Wine and Crime is brought to you by Progressive Insurance.
Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies.
Try it at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Wine and Crime contains graphic and explicit content which may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where two friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents. Let's
lose their fucking minds
to business. Be a man. We're collectively crashing out.
Man. I watched Moulin Rouge. Mulan. Well, gave that one away.
No.
Anyway. I'm Lucy.
I'm Amanda. And today we have a very special fanfic that nobody has said yet from AJ and Haley. And they have picked, this duo has picked the topic of Moulin Rouge Crimes. And I got too high before this recording and couldn't remember how Moulin was spelled, so I just put it in Riverside as Moulin Rouge. As in
Disney's Mulan.
As in
Hua Mulan.
The savior, the heroine of China. So
it works. Moulin
Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
I'm very excited about this. I have the fanfic case today.
Well, I'm very glad. I'm excited to hear it because it's a trip.
Yeah, the Moulin Rouge, like the history.
I learned a lot about it, and I was truly the Moulin Rouge, the movie, the Baz Luhrmann movie.
Yes,
I hate it.
You guys. It had its place in nostalgia, but it's not good.
It's not good.
Which, is part of the charm of it, to be perfectly honest. But I was never really, a big Moulin Rouge diva. I want the, Monica. Wait, no, not Monica. Is it Lil' Kim?
Brandy and Monica?
No, I want the Lil' Kim, Pink.
Oh, that one.
Maya and Christina Aguilera Moulin Rouge. And didn't Missy Elliott rap on it too? Or did Lil' Kim rap
I think that was just
it?
Lil' Kim.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
That's the Moulin Rouge I want.
Yes.
The only one.
I agree with that. The movie, too much.
Mm-hmm.
Too much was going on. It was just too, the absinthe stuff.
Oh, we'll get to
Nicole
Kidman.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, those are my thoughts. And I don't touch on that film at all.
It's not that kind of episode.
It's not for you. Oh, wait, it's literally for you.
Literally for you. So that one doesn't apply.
No.
But today,
just a fair warning, I'm not talking about Nicole Kidman.
No. Nobody needs to talk about Nicole Kidman.
No.
Okay, we're done. All right. Well, what we can talk about is the absinthe of it all, because we also got a pairing recommendation that was basically just you got to pair with absinthe in some way, shape, or form. So I thought, why not pair with one of the most classic and recognized absinthe cocktails around, the Death in the Afternoon. This was a Hemingway favorite, a Hemingway cocktail.
I've never had absinthe.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
It's good. It's, intense. It kind of reminds me of it's a little bit, it's herbal, but also a little bit of anise.
It's licorice-y.
A little bit. It's very, it's strong stuff.
That's the exact flavor profile I can't deal with.
Yeah.
It might not be for me.
It's not for everybody. This isn't for you.
No, it's not.
I'm a fan picker. So, yeah, Ernest Hemingway, famous drunk author, loved to booze, loved to cat. He was kind of the one who created at least the he didn't create, but he grew the popularity, like the mainstream popularity of cocktails like daiquiris and mojitos. He liked like a sweet, refreshing cocktail.
Yeah.
Okay, so he wrote a book, I guess, in 1932 about like Spanish bullfighting, and he put this recipe in the book, and it was called The Death in the Afternoon, and it was entered into a like very classic staple cocktail book. So in the original book that Hemingway wrote where he talks about this cocktail, he says, pour 1 jigger absinthe into a champagne glass, add iced champagne until it attains the proper opalescent milkiness. Drink 3 to 5 of these slowly.
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Okay.
So it is just a 2-ingredient cocktail, which makes it like a great entry-level cocktail for someone who is interested in exploring absinthe. And it has that sweet to balance out kind of that herbaceous, licorice, anise flavor. And then you can go on the sweeter side with champagne, or you could do like a sparkling Lambrusco or something fun and a little bit sweet to your preference. So it's 1.5 ounces of absinthe and then 4.5 ounces of chilled champagne. And you just pour the absinthe into your glass, and then you slowly top it with the champagne, and that's your cocktail. And some people will also pour the champagne like over the absinthe,
like through a sugar
cube, or put a sugar cube in with that bit of absinthe and like let it dissolve a bit, and then top it off with champagne, which I think would be kind of cool, because then I probably wouldn't let the whole sugar cube dissolve, but then you could let like half of it dissolve.
Well, you're diabetic.
Exactly. But I would try this. It's kind of like, it's a mimosa, but instead of a splash of OJ, why not a splash of absinthe and maybe a sugar cube if you're feeling spicy?
I would try it with the sugar cube for sure, because I feel like that would balance out some of those.
Me too.
Not so desirable flavor profiles.
Exactly. So make yourself a death in the afternoon. Share a pic. I'm sure it looks beautiful. Absinthe has such a beautiful color.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, champagne also has such a beautiful kind of golden color. So I would love to see how your cocktails end up looking.
How much truth is there behind the hallucinogenic properties of absinthe?
I mean, I think that that had a lot to do with how it was made at a different, like at a very specific time in history.
Yeah.
And
Back when it could probably kill you.
Yeah. And then
a bad batch.
A lot of liquors were dangerous in various ways just because of the way in which that they were produced, like on the cheap. Absinthe just kind of got connected with this, like, you know, stigma or whatever.
Mm-hmm. The green fairy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think it really fucks you up that much. But who knows? Maybe
We'll
I'm
find
hallucinating right now. Maybe none of this is real. Can't go down that road or I will have a panic attack. Let's take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors and for me to do some circular breathing. BRB!
Get the paper bag.
I'm going to put my feet on the floor and name 5 things in the room that I can see. Whether you're renting or paying a mortgage, one of your biggest monthly expenses should be working harder for you. And that's where Built comes in. Built is the membership for where you live that rewards you with points on every housing payment wherever you live.
Built started out rewarding members on their rent, and now, as of 2026, Built members can also earn points on mortgage payments, baby.
Yes, we are blessed.
Wherever they live. Every housing payment earns you points you can use toward flights with top travel partners like United and Hyatt, Lyft rides, Amazon.com purchases, and so much more. I love how like community focused a lot of Built's features are. Mm-hmm. So I would use my points on checking out new local restaurants personally, building that community. But here's what I think is the most underrated part. Built members also get access to a neighborhood concierge. So that it makes those restaurant reservations for you. It can book fitness classes and find new local spots, all while being rewarded at more than 45,000 merchant partners. So it's like having a little personal assistant baked into where you live. I love
that.
It's so simple. Being a renter and now owning a home is better with Built.
Join the membership for where you live at joinbuilt.com/gals. That's JOINBILT.com/gals. Make sure to use our URL so they'll know we sent you.
We're all getting older, and I don't know about you, but my relationship with alcohol is shifting as well as I age. Mm-hmm. Even though you may be drinking less just because you feel horrible the next day, even drinking like a little bit can severely impact your sleep. And for me, that is like, it's not I can't, that can't happen. I need my sleep. I need my good quality sleep. And like any amount of alcohol these days really throws me off.
And that is where Cheers Restore comes in. I'm telling you, after the age of 30, I know that I really felt this. Less and less alcohol will make you feel worse and worse the next day, okay? But that's why if you take Cheers Restore after your last drink or before going to bed, it's going to work for you while you sleep. Their claim to fame is that you'll feel 50% better or you're going to get your money back. So you wake up feeling like you drank roughly half the amount. You've got better sleep. You're feeling less rough the next day. And if you're not feeling at least 50% less rough, they've got your back. Cheers Restore helps you metabolize alcohol more efficiently and supports overall liver health. Most people think dehydration is why you feel the roughest. And sure, that's part of it, but the real issue is what happens in your brain and liver while you're sleeping. When alcohol leaves your system, your brain goes into rebound mode, which is what makes you feel nasty. The DHM in Cheers works while you sleep to soothe out that rebound. At the same time, alcohol converts into a toxic byproduct that your liver has to clear out. The cysteine in Cheers helps speed that up. Cheers is also backed by doctors, PhDs, and over 1,000 verified clinicians. They've sold over 50 million doses. Cheers is also available in 30,000 retail locations, including CVS, Walgreens, 7-Eleven, Circle K, and so much more.
Take Cheers Restore after your last drink or before going to bed and wake up feeling at least 50% better or your money back. For a limited time, our listeners are getting 20% off their entire order by using code WINE at cheershealth.com. Just head to cheershealth.com and use code WINE, W-I-N-E, for 20% off. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Something interesting happens when you get older. You still celebrate 420. You just plan it way better.
Genuinely, you do. You do. Like, relaxing responsibly when you're an adult, it takes a little more strategy than it used to, and that is where IndaCloud makes it so easy. IndaCloud is a fully legal online cannabis dispensary for gummies, exotic flower, premium pre-rolls, and zero sugar THC sodas. We're talking a clean, alcohol-free way to unwind without turning one good decision into 3 questionable ones, which seems to always happen to me. Everything is federally legal hemp THC. It's lab tested. It's shipped discreetly to your door. And for 420 season, which every season's 420 season, new customers get 40% off all month long with IndaCloud's biggest sale of the year. This is for like the adult gardener in the room. You know, back in the day, you're looking at 420 like a competition. Who can go the highest, right? Now we're, you know, some of us have kids, some of us have jobs in the morning.
We all have stress.
A lot of us have stress. You can't go off like you used to. You got to treat it more like stress recovery. So with those sodas, you're like 1 soda in, you're relaxed, but you're still sharp. I'm still funny. I can still read. No couch paralysis, no mystery decisions the next day. Knowing me, that is growth. You know what I'm capable of. And those zero sugar THC sodas are so perfect for a smooth lift without alcohol. They also have sleep gummies for when the night just needs to end properly. Premium pre-rolls for intentional wind downs, and get $70 ounces that won't wreck your budget.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. So if you're 21 or older and a new customer, go to indacloud.co, that's .co, not .com, and use code GALS for 40% off your first order. That's indacloud.co, code GALS for 40% off all month long, shipped discreetly to your door, plus free shipping on orders over $50 and $30 in free gifts on qualifying orders. And don't forget to fill out the quick survey when you order to support this show. Please enjoy responsibly, and big thanks to IndaCloud for supporting your 420 plans.
I'm telling you, if you are struggling to figure out what to get your mama for Mama's Day this year, look no further. We found the perfect gift. It does not matter how picky mom is. It does not matter how hard mom is to shop for. We have the answer, and it's an Aura frame. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. With an Aura frame, you can capture and relive mama's magic every day.
Having a young child myself makes me realize how fast time goes. And it's so painful. But I'm telling you, I love my Aura frame. It's set up right in my living room. It cycles through photos all day long. It turns off by itself at night. I can just click a little button on my phone, all of my photos instantly go to the frame. I absolutely love looking at just random candids from my phone in a beautiful frame on my shelf.
It's the best.
Yeah, and it's so good for gifting. A gift box is included. It comes packaged in a premium gift box with no price tag, and you can preload your photos before you gift it.
Yeah. Give it to mom, full of the grandkids, full of you, full of wedding pics.
Oh my gosh,
Get outta here.
She'll just melt.
Yep. So make Mother's Day special with Aura Frames. Named #1 by Wirecutter, you can save on the gifts moms love by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $25 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with the code GALS. That's AURA frames.com, promo code GALS. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. We're back. Lucy wants to show me something. I'm very curious.
Look what I did to my shirt earlier.
No.
It's grease.
No, it looks like a hoof. It looks like you've been marked by a demon.
Or good luck.
Or good luck.
Horseshoe.
Oh.
I had a body oil on my bedside table where my dry shampoo can was. Apparently the oil had been leaking and the bottom of the can was sitting in it, and I tried to open the can with one hand, so I put it on my shirt and tried to open it like that. Oil on my shirt. This was 8 hours ago. It's not going away.
No. That's there for life. But you do have two options. Well,
I considered one of them.
You have three options. Leave it. Who cares? 2, dunk the whole shirt in oil. Embrace the dark green.
I was going to put dots I was going to keep going.
Okay, you could definitely do that. Or option 3, you could bleach tie-dye it, which I have done with a bunch of shirts that I fucked up with oil stains, because then it's like so intricate that you can't tell. Because the pattern is so intricate. That's why the shirt's so expensive. It's so complicated.
When we have a sleepover at my parents' house in a couple weeks,
we can do it.
Let's all bleach tie-dye a shirt we love but have fucked up recently.
That's a great idea, actually. I really love that idea. Let's do it.
Okay. That is the theme for our adult sleepover that we're having in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Literally at mom's house.
Bring a good shirt you recently fucked up or need to crop.
Yep. We're here for you. All right. Well, now that that's out of the way.
Anyway.
Moulin Rouge.
I didn't want the chat blowing up wondering why I had a hoof print on my shirt. So I just had to clear the air.
Understood. Hoof solved. What's next for Moulin Rouge?
Well, I wanted to tell you a little bit about a cabaret. Some of the elements that have gone into Moulin Rouge and contributed to its success. So,
will
from
Alan
the start,
Cumming be making an appearance?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go that into the pop culture of it all. There was just so much robust history. Alan Cumming, I love him in the Trader's Way. His passion for chimps is a little bit, well, I mean, great.
He worked with one in a movie and they created a very strong bond, and then he became an advocate for their
I know,
safety and care both in captivity and in Hollywood. Sorry you've never loved anything enough.
I don't know.
God,
I don't know.
No.
Some rubs me the wrong way.
Oh my God. Okay.
But I love him for Traders.
Wow.
Anyway, no, Alan Cumming is not part of these notes either.
Wow.
Do we want to ask about any other topics that could possibly be in these notes?
No.
A cabaret is a restaurant that serves liquor and offers a variety of musical entertainments. Very high up
That
definition.
makes sense. Yep.
This style of bar probably originated in France in the 1880s, but also a restaurant that serves liquor and plays music is not
a novel.
Unique idea.
That would be crazy.
So these ones in France in the 1880s, they were small clubs in which the audience was grouped around a platform where the performer or performers were.
Okay.
The entertainment at first consisted of a series of amateur acts linked together by a master of ceremonies.
Alan
Is
Cumming.
that what MC stands for?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought you always knew that.
Well, also, people spell it like EMCEE. So I don't know. I guess I just never really thought about it. MC. So basically, they were like a variety show. And they had increasingly coarse senses of humor about it. So, and the comedy was usually directed like making fun of the bourgeoisie. Political commentary. Just a fun tidbit about cabarets and subculture, and this will kind of come back, but I tried to do my notes in a relative, like, chronological order.
Okay.
In about the year 1900, the first German cabaret, that's how they said it in German, gained traction in Berlin with, surprise, surprise, a notably darker sense of humor, like sort of more gallows humor in the German version than the French cabarets, which were just sort of like making fun of the government and being kind of naughty about it.
Sure.
Whereas the Germans were like, they were a bit darker about it.
Okay.
So these were patronized by artists, writers, political revolutionaries, and intellectuals. The German cabarets were usually located in old cellars, basements. They were more like secretive and less like public fun spaces. So these ended up being centers of leftist opposition to the rise of the German Nazi Party and often experienced Nazi retaliation for their criticism of the government.
I was going to say, it makes sense that they'd be secretive if kind of the foundation of their art form is political commentary that wasn't always like a welcome, style. Fascism!
And ironically, we're going to come back to the Nazis when we get to the 40s end of things. But yeah, something to keep in mind because it's sort of ironic about how irresistible sexy women are, I guess. So the typical program of a cabaret, and this style first flourished in the Bohemian Montmartre district of Paris at the tiny little club called Chat Noir in 1881.
Cute.
So their program would include poetry readings, shadow plays, which ended up being like a really big thing. So, I mean, it was like shadow puppets, a shadow play.
It sounds sick.
But they got really, really popular for a period of time.
Hell yeah, they did.
Also, just songs and comic skits. And so, similar to how it was in Germany, this was also where all the artists hung out. So it was sort of became a similar sort of salon among intellectuals. So the MC would interact with the people in the front row, and more, the people in the front row were usually like more well-known local people, like the popular kids. So they could sit in the front row and kind of interact with the MC, and that audience interaction and engagement was very characteristic of a cabaret. Okay. So there was that kind of ended up with like, heckling, interaction, and then like loud music. It could get very rowdy. From 1882 to 1895, the Chat Noir Cabaret published a weekly magazine with the same name, Chat Noir, featuring literary writings, news from the cabaret and the neighborhood, poetry, and political satire. So if you go to the Drive, you will absolutely recognize one of these Chat Noir covers.
Yeah, a lot of these are like still really iconic and like popular interior design, like prints and like style today.
Yeah. So there were several. This particular one is by artist Theophile Steinlen.
That like iconic Chat Noir, the cat.
The black cat. And it is in fact advertising like a coming soon, a tour of performers who danced and performed at Chat Noir. They were going to go around to other bars and venues and perform.
Hell yeah.
So that's what this poster is advertising.
Very cool.
So yeah, that Theophile Steinlen poster came out in 1896. And it also very much had anarchist socialist vibes for sure. Like it was a zine out of a sexy nightclub. Of course, it's going to be fairly revolutionary.
Sure.
The success of the cabaret at Chat Noir was assured with the arrival of a group of radical young writers and artists who called themselves Les Hydropaths. So I guess a hydropath, someone who is afraid of water.
Oh.
So we're the guys who are afraid of water, so we only drink wine and beer.
Okay.
That was their joke.
Got it.
It was a club led by the journalist Émile Godot. So like I said, the group claimed to be averse to water, preferring wine and beer. Their name doubled as a nod to the rabid zeal with which they advocated their socio-political and aesthetic agendas.
Wow.
They were hipsters.
Yeah.
So they were late 19th century hipsters.
Uh-huh.
So Chat Noir got more and more popular and busier. They moved to a second, bigger location in 1885, just a few years after they first opened. So they really got popular quick. And these artists were really doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main guys of the Hydropath group, he would MC a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. It starts with an S. But he would use like exaggerated, ironic politeness to sort of like give a special, unique character to the MC and make them like a caricature in themselves.
Okay.
And then he would introduce such acts as their Salon of Incoherent Arts.
Okay.
More shadow plays, comic monologues, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely a very popular, quickly growing trend in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And the primary exponent of French cabaret entertainment was the Moulin Rouge,
Okay.
which was also in Paris. It was, I don't know how far away from the Chat Noir is. Paris is very big, but it's not infinitely big.
Right.
So the Moulin Rouge was located in the district of Pigalle. Moulin Rouge translates to red mill, hence the big red windmill
yeah.
on the roof. Established in 1889 as a dance hall, it featured a cabaret show in which the can was performed.
Like invented
No,
or like performed for the first time?
it was, different sources said different things, but when I looked up the can in particular and like the style of music that it goes to, it dates back to like the 1820s.
Yeah, it honestly sounds like one of those fucking like military drumline riffs that we talked about in the marching band crimes episode.
So here's what I wrote or came to the conclusion after reading a few different articles.
Okay.
One said it was first performed at the Moulin Rouge, which it just wasn't. The can was popularized in Paris, notably at the Moulin Rouge, but not exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lively and risque dance, probably of French origin, originally performed by couples.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be, hetero couples dancing that.
Kicking together.
I think like towards each other as like a couple's dance was my understanding.
Okay.
But is now associated with a chorus line of female dancers dancing in a line facing one direction.
Mm-hmm.
Known for its high kicks in unison that exposed both the petticoat and the leg.
The pantaloon.
The can is danced to a lively 2/4 time. So, and I forgot what that song is from, but that's like the main can dance. But not all can music is that tune. Mm-hmm. Even I think. This says they're 2/4, but either way, it's perfect for kicking, optimal for kicking in a line. Also called gallop music, which makes sense.
That makes total sense.
Specific cans were composed by Jacques Offenbach and other composers after about 1840. And again, Moulin Rouge opened in 1889, so it wasn't performed for the first time here.
Got it.
It's a very physically demanding dance with sometimes like splits and cartwheels involved.
Yeah.
Also, we'll get to sort of the risqueness, but they weren't wearing underwear.
Oh, no.
So depending on, I think the Moulin Rouge technically had a policy of like no puss, but if it's 1 a.m. and everyone's just partying and they're having a good time and the performers are going to do what the audience wants. There was probably some puss.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so that's the not suitable for work explanation of why the can was so fucking popular. On October 6, 1889, the Moulin Rouge opened as the Jardin de Paris, an outdoor garden cafe concert. So sort of like the patio at Sur.
Oh, yes.
It's how I'm imagining it.
100%.
At the foot of the Montmartre Hill, which is the hill where that big, beautiful white church is in Paris.
Okay.
So it's at the bottom of that hill. Its creator, Joseph Aller, and his manager, Charles Zidler, were formidable businessmen who understood the public's tastes. Like, truly, they made their living on, like, identifying what people truly just wanted to party with. Like, the base desires.
Mm-hmm.
The aim was to attract wealthy individuals to experience the ambiance of the fashionable district of Montmartre, which was perceived as a form of slumming. So it didn't have a great reputation. And in fact, I wonder if the original Moulin Rouge was opened closer to the Chat Noir. Because it was called the Chat Noir because of all of the stray cats that were running around in the neighborhood and how, like, at night, the cats were blacks. They were, like, nighttime, cool city slicker cats. It was kind of a rundown neighborhood, but they really wanted to revamp it as, like, this is where the nightlife is. This is where the fun stuff is. The elaborate setting featuring a garden adorned with a large elephant provided an environment where individuals from various social strata could interact with each other. This included workers, local residents, artists, the middle class, businessmen, stylish women, and tourists who were just passing through Paris.
Yeah.
It was nicknamed the First Palace of Women.
Oh, cool.
By Aller and Zidler, the guys who opened it. And the cabaret swiftly garnered significant acclaim. So they had their auditorium, the architecture enabled these rapid changes of decor and, like, stage changes.
Scene changes. Yeah. Super cool.
Mm-hmm. And then just the way that it was set up and designed, it would foster social interaction among all the patrons. People weren't, like, siloed off into their own little groups. It was really like they focused on the flow. Like John Taffer would be proud of their design.
Yeah, Bar Rescue could never.
Seriously. So they had champagne, like, all over the place. They had all sorts of performers, include what they kept calling clowns. But I was looking at pictures. They're contortionists.
Yeah, but there were also mimes we'll get to.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, like, I think that's part of...
That's more like 20th century clown.
Yeah, I don't think it's clowns the way that we understand them now, but I think it's, like, gymnasty, like, jester type.
Yeah, because one of the clowns was, like, a very, like, beautiful, slender woman who was, like, decked out in, like, gems. It's, like, not what you think about when you hear clowns.
Oh, maybe that was just her only pick out of makeup, and she, like, Streisand affected all the other photos in her internet purge. Her ghostly, many moons later internet purge. Maybe. They also had those posters, those ads that essentially went viral, you know. 1890s viral. These fuckers definitely knew how to do marketing. Like, big time. Big time.
And so many of their clientele were artists, which we'll also get to.
So, yeah, they could just get a lot of, like, collaboration probably and trade deals for whip up some art. Whip up some art and I'll repost it on my Instagram. You'll get famous. Exposure.
Yeah, Renoir. Don't you need exposure?
Yes.
But actually, we'll get back to Renoir.
Good Lord.
Also, the can. I mean, people were just coming in droves. So, Moulin Rouge, really getting popular. Famous people started coming. For example, artist Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. So you will recognize his oil paintings from his days at the Parisian cabarets. If you go to the Drive, if you look at the one that's called Moulin Rouge oil painting.
Oh, yep.
Sort of the blue face on the right.
Yeah, we know her for sure.
And then also this other one that says Moulin Rouge 3 times on the top left. We'll come back to that one, but see where it says La Golu. Remember that. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
But that was a Toulouse-Lautrec painting.
Got it.
So he was born in 1864. Henri was in love with the Montmartre neighborhood. He suffered from a disease that stunted the growth of his legs. But But he immersed himself in art and found relief in the cafes of the neighborhood. And it was there where he met his muse, Moulin Rouge dancer La Golu. So that's the name on the poster, the more yellowish poster.
And he made a loving portrait of her.
Yes, many. So he attended the cabaret every evening, drawing the dancers and patrons from a corner table, always with a glass of absinthe at his side.
Oh, you don't say.
He soon became a favorite of the can-can dancers who gave him the nickname the little guy.
Oh, that guy? That's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
He was like sick as a child and he didn't grow very well, so they just called him the little guy.
That's just our little guy.
In 1891, he drew the first poster for the Moulin Rouge, and his are now the best-known images of the cabaret.
Very cool.
So let's talk about La Golu.
Yes.
La Golu was just her stage name. Her actual name was Louise Weber. She was born on July 12th, 1866, a Cancer, in the town of Alsace before her family moved to Clichy, which is near Paris. Her family was not wealthy at all. Her mother was a laundress, and Louise is said to have enjoyed dressing up in laundry customers' expensive clothing and pretending to be a glamorous star on a great stage.
Atta girl.
So she'd go into like her mom's laundromat and just
Play.
try on all the fancy clothes.
That's really sweet.
At the age of 16, she was working with her mother in the laundry, but behind her mother's back, she began sneaking off to a dance hall dressed in customers' borrowed dresses.
Uh-oh.
So she was very vivacious. She was kind of sassy. She was hilarious. And she quickly became popular as like this cheeky young girl. I mean, she was 16, but a dancer in the Montmartre neighborhood. She was going to all the dance clubs and making friends. So she got dancing gigs, and in her routine, I love her. She would tease the male audience by swirling her raised dress to reveal a heart embroidered on her knickers.
Okay.
So she'd swirl them up till they saw the heart on her undies. And then she would do a high kick while flipping off a man's hat off of the top of his head with her toe.
Okay.
So she'd do a high kick right in front of a guy, kick his hat off his head.
Oh my God. I want to learn how to do that.
I know. Because of her frequent habit of picking up a customer's glass and quickly downing its contents while dancing past his table.
Oh no.
She was affectionately nicknamed La Golu, which means the glutton.
Oh my God. I love her.
I know.
I love her act.
I know. She eventually became friends with Renoir.
How could she not?
Well, as you do.
Right.
And he introduced her to like his circle of friends, which were like the coolest people in Paris in the late 19th century.
That's crazy.
One of whom was a photographer and like took a bunch of nudes of her. So there are some nudes on the drive of La Golu.
I saw them.
And then there's a picture of her, or a poster and a photo of her doing the high kick. In her just little black stockings with little black shoes.
Yeah, she's so
cute. I know, and the nude is excellent.
It is. It's a great nude.
So she, at one point, met a wine merchant, as you do, who got her a job at the Moulin Rouge, where she blew up. She found fame, and her best friend was another dancer whose nickname was La Môme Fromage, which means the cheesy girl.
Cute. I recognize cheese.
So it's the cheesy girl and the glutton. They were like the two troublemakers. They were best friends. People thought they were sisters.
Oh my God, I love it.
And they were both just can-can dancers at the Moulin Rouge.
That's so cute.
What a life.
I know.
Well,
I mean,
she peaked at that point.
Yeah, and obviously we're glamorizing this through a very different lens and in a very different time for women. Obviously, this is amazing.
Yes. Just aesthetically, and if you think about an exciting, crazy life.
The fantasy only.
The fantasy. So, well, like I said, she peaked at this point. In 1895, she decided to leave the Moulin Rouge and strike out on her own to find her own success. But that didn't really work out for her. She wasn't drawing her customers from Moulin Rouge to wherever else she was doing whatever else she was doing.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. They're not following the gals outside of that convenient location to see everybody that you want to see. Yeah.
Well, the cheesy girl didn't go with her. Cheesy girl stayed at Moulin Rouge. So it was just her. She was trying to go solo.
Anyone who would want to try to go solo after the Moulin Rouge would probably struggle unless you were like in
Beyonce.
Yeah, the Beyonce of the Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. I mean, for a minute, she felt like it.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't work out, and she got depressed and really withdrew from society. This was lifted from Wikipedia. It's so rude. Nearly 30 years later, alcoholic and destitute, Lagolu returned to Montmartre in 1928. She eked out a living selling peanuts, cigarettes, and matches on a street corner near the Moulin Rouge.
Oh, poor gal.
Few recognized the haggard former queen of Montmartre.
Mm-hmm.
She died a year later at the age of 62 in the 10th arrondissement of Paris, the 10th quarter section area, and was buried in a first cemetery in a Parisian suburb, but then later her remains were transferred to the cemetery at Montmartre. So she was eventually laid to rest where she had the time of her life.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's a little bit about Lagolu. Back to Henri. What the fuck is his last name?
Oh.
Sorry, Henri Toulouse-Lautrec, the painter.
Mm-hmm.
The first Moulin Rouge movie, because there have been many of them, came out in 1952, and it was about Henri.
Okay.
And this is from Encyclopedia Britannica. The John Huston directed biopic, I say biopic, some say biopic, traces the life and work of Toulouse-Lautrec as he worked in the bohemian subculture of Paris in the late 19th century, especially around the burlesque hall known as the Moulin Rouge. There, he sketched the dancers as they performed, painted promotional posters for the establishment, and became a pawn of cruel women whose love he craved.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
To play the part of the artist whose growth had been stunted by childhood accidents and for whom even walking was a painful challenge, actor Jose Ferrer worked with director Huston to design clever camera angles, costumes, and set devices.
So he's playing they're affectionately called little guy?
He's playing the little guy.
Okay.
And so he's working with the director to make it seem more believable that he had all of these.
Sure. It's like childhood conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The actor even underwent a painful procedure that bound his legs behind him so that he could walk on his knees.
Good Lord.
The role earned Ferrer an Academy Award nomination, and the set designs were highly praised for their replication of late 19th century Paris.
Oh, my God.
The movie won 2 other Academy Awards, but it was for colorization and something else. But it was an award-winning film. I didn't know there was an earlier version of Moulin Rouge.
There you go.
Is the Nicole Kidman one about anything factual aside from there was a place called the Moulin Rouge where they danced?
I haven't seen it in such a long time. I remember it just being a not necessarily factual, but a journey of her becoming a performer at the Moulin Rouge with the backdrop of falling in love with Ewan McGregor or whatever the fuck his character was. But I haven't seen it in a million years. I don't think it's based on...
It's not like he was supposed to be Henri Toulouse-Lautrec.
No, I don't think so. So. But...
It wasn't that deep.
But I also don't remember, and I'm not going to watch it to find out. So y'all can tell us in the comments.
So I just have there are just a bunch of fun little facts and scenes from the Moulin Rouge. So I'm just going to share those with you again in chronological order. On October 26th, 1890, during a private visit to Paris, the Prince of Wales, who later became Edward VII, reserved a table to witness a quadrille, so one of the can-can dances, at the Moulin Rouge, where our gal, La Golu, famously greeted him by shouting, "Hey, Wales, the champagne's on you."
Get him. Get him.
The Prince of Wales. Hey,
Incredible.
Wales.
Yeah. You got this?
I love that.
You're picking up the tab, brother.
Thanks in advance.
Thanks for stopping by.
In 1900, the Universal Exhibition attracted visitors from around the world to the Moulin Rouge, solidifying Paris's reputation as a city of decadent pleasure. It was
Hell
one
yeah.
big PR move.
Yup.
This led to the establishment of imitation Moulin Rouges and Montmartres in many other countries. So, like, obviously windmills aren't unique to Paris,
No.
but, like, a knockoff Moulin Rouge.
Put a windmill on it. Called Moulin Rouge.
Slap a windmill on it.
It's the Moulin Rouge. It's fine.
Let's get down to
To
business.
business. Open a Moulin Rouge.
Can you dance the can? You are bound to lose.
Oh no.
In 1915, the whole place burned down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There were just fires all over the place.
Well, things were not up to codes that we know to be safe today. That's for darn tootin'.
And like everything operated with like grease and oil.
And like
everything
oil
was
and gas
gonna
lamps.
go up in flames at any moment.
Y'all were a tinder a box.
Yeah, it was also really tightly packed. Okay, so I have a photo on the drive of the Moulin Rouge the year before it burned down in 1914. So it's the one with the little moon on the top.
Okay.
You can kind of get a sense for how, I mean, everything is kind of tightly packed together.
It's not a huge space.
It's not a huge space. There's another one where you can see like really how tiny it is.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's the Chat Noir. That's like between touching these buildings.
Yep. That's super tiny. But also looking at the Moulin Rouge, it's not a very big space. Even just looking at it from the outside.
Kind of incredible that it had so much crammed into it. So it took them 9 years to rebuild. That's too bad. During a 1927 performance, an incident occurred where female dancers emerged from several multi-tiered artificial cakes.
Oh, sick.
So the cakes were fake, but the frosting that covered them was real. So it got all on their high-heeled shoes, and so they were all wiping out. They couldn't dance.
I believe that.
The stage was covered in frosting.
Oh, God.
So they had to, like, stop the show. It was a big calamity.
Oh, that's amazing.
Okay, so now we're circling back to the Nazis.
Okay.
As one does. During the Second World War, the Moulin Rouge was highlighted in the German Occupation Guide.
Wow.
They published a guide it was like a fucking...
things to do in the areas you're occupying, basically?
like a Michelin guide for the Nazis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
They listed it as a must-visit attraction in occupied Paris. Its stage shows continued for the occupation troops and were mentioned in autobiographies of German officers such as Ernst Jünger and Gerhard Heller. So they just loved it. They loved being in Paris. The Germans facilitated recreational visits to Paris for their troops, promoting the motto "Jeder einmal in Paris," which translates to "everyone once in Paris." So the Germans were just sending whoever seemingly wanted to go to go enjoy Paris while they had it.
To do a tour, do an assignment, quote unquote, in Paris.
Recreational visit. The widespread sex work during this occupation period, which of course that was a thing, eventually led to the implementation of the Loi Marthe Richard in 1946, which basically rescinded the law that legalized sex work in Paris.
Okay.
So it made sex work illegal
Okay.
in 1946. So this resulted in closed bordellos and also reduced these stage shows to just dancing events and not like burlesque style stuff.
Sure. Okay.
So that was in 1946. So that was after liberation. So after the Nazis left, they were like, okay, we're gonna just we don't need to, we're done with the exploitation kind of thing. Days after the liberation of Paris in 1944, speaking of moments that you would give fucking anything to go back and witness. I mean, maybe not literally because it's not the best place in the whole world to be, but Edith Piaf performed at the Moulin Rouge just a few days after they kicked the Nazis out of Paris.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, to have been there. So like I mentioned, there have been at least a dozen films made about Moulin Rouge. The first one was a silent film made in 1898.
Damn.
So while it was still like in its total
infancy
and like initial heyday. The most famous movie, the 2001 Moulin Rouge ! Has inspired a Broadway version which premiered in 2018. Why are we doing this?
I mean, that would be fun to see. I don't care for it as a movie, but it would be fun to see on stage, to see those performances.
Well, yeah, to go see then I'll just go see a cabaret show.
Yeah, whatever. I'm down for a Broadway show. That makes sense to me. I like it.
Yeah, I guess.
With all the amazing, like, access to set design and fly, like, all this cool shit that they could do. I bet it's awesome. I bet it's really fun.
I'd like to see the show at the Moulin Rouge.
All right,
that'd be so meta.
Watch the silent film and just play the can over it on repeat.
And drink a bunch of absinthe.
Yeah. Just get absolutely
try to catch that green lady
on absinthe. Yeah.
So today the Moulin Rouge employs, because it is still open, 1,500 people. Fucking nuts, including 80 artists and 60 dancers.
Wow.
The group is called the Doris Girls, and that was named for Mademoiselle Doris, a German choreographer who formed the troupe in 1957. Its front of house team includes 120 maitre d's, head waiters, and waiters to serve the nightly audience of 900 guests.
Damn.
Nightly.
So if you're 900 guests a night?
A night every night.
Good Lord.
So if you are going to Paris and you want to go to the Moulin Rouge, you have to make plans in advance.
You better book early, yeah.
But you can go to their website and they have everything listed out in like packages and experiences. And
wow.
It's fairly accessible, but plan ahead for sure.
Cool. That sounds like that would be amazing.
Yeah. It'd be very cool. So yeah. R.I.P. Lagolu.
But you live on in the hallowed halls of the Moulin Rouge.
Exactly.
My God. All right. Well, let's take another quick break to hear a word from our sponsees, and then we'll round it out with a fun fan pick from Haley and AJ. Finding a therapist is hard enough, but finding one who actually takes your insurance? Get out of here. That's where most online therapy platforms fall short. Many don't work with insurance at all, which means you're stuck paying the full cost out of pocket or paying for an expensive monthly subscription. No, stop making me do that. But Rula is here, and she does things differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 per session. That's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense. Think about it. You use your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health, so why wouldn't you do the same for your mental health?
And Rula's affordability isn't my favorite part. It's the fact that the experience is completely tailored around you. Other online therapy platforms might match you with the first available provider, whether or not they're the right fit. But Rula considers your goals, your preferences, and your background to provide you with a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what your needs are, because they know that finding the right therapist can make all the difference in the world. There's no wait list, no frustrating back and forth, no like guilt trippy, I don't think this is working out breakups. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who is accepting new patients, and appointments are available as soon as tomorrow. Plus, Rula sticks with you throughout your journey. They're checking in on you. They're making sure that your care is helping you move forward.
So go to rula.com/gals to get started today. That's RULA.com/gals for quality therapy that's covered by insurance. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/gals to get started. After you sign up, you'll be asked how you heard about them. Please support our show and let them know we sent you. That's Rula, RULA.com/gals. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget.
I drink a lot of water. You always see me drinking from my huge jugs. But when I know that if my energy takes a real dip, it's usually because I'm not drinking enough water. It's not sleep. It's not getting enough caffeine. It truly is hydration, and Drip Drop is my go-to fix.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better, which is exactly what 2026 you needs. Think support for busy days, long workouts, and everything in between. Drip Drop uses science-based formulas for rapid hydration so you feel results fast while getting 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Drip Drop is trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Obviously, we are not any of those things, but because it's engineered to hydrate you faster and more effectively than water alone, they're reaching for it, so why can't we? It's perfect if one of your goals this year is to include better habits that actually stick. And my favorite thing is that Drip Drop also just dropped Zero Sugar Plus, a breakthrough formula with an advanced blend of 6 key electrolytes, 15 essential vitamins and nutrients, and no sugar or artificial sweeteners. It is the complete package that truly checks all the boxes and then some, and I'm not gonna lie, they all taste so good. My favorite from the Zero Sugar, they have a passion fruit.
Yum.
Zero sugar. Girl, it's so good. There are 16 original flavors and 8 Zero Sugar Plus options that fit seamlessly into my routine. We're talking right away in the morning, maybe you need it as a pre-workout, definitely as a post-workout. If you're just hitting a midday slump, reach for that Zero Sugar passion fruit. It's so good. And to make it easy, Drip Drop has flexible subscription options, so you're never stuck without proven fast hydration, whether you're hitting the gym, juggling work, or just trying to stay consistent with your January reset.
Right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code GALS. That's dripdrop.com, promo code GALS for 20% off. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code GALS. We have been running this company for 9 years, over 9 years, and almost that entire time we've been using ShipStation to ship out our merch.
We shipped a lot of ship with ShipStation.
Thousands of orders with ShipStation. They are so easy. Their customer service is brilliant. If you are a quickly growing company and order fulfillment is just taking over your life, you have got to check out ShipStation.
With ShipStation, everything you need to manage getting orders to customers is in one place. Connect to over 200 sales channels instead of 5 to 7 disconnected tools. You've got one, baby. ShipStation compares rates across all major global carriers like USPS, UPS, and FedEx, including your own discounted rates if you have them, to find you the best shipping option on every order with discounts up to 90% off. Have negotiated carrier rates? Well, bring them. Keep your discounts and add ShipStation's automation and intelligent features. Set up time-saving automations. ShipStation picks the best carrier, finds you the best rate, prints labels in bulk, sends tracking updates. Done, 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 done. You're sharing tracking details that cut customer service inquiries by 12%. They have returns management that gives you data on what's coming back and why it's coming back. If you ship merchandise, I don't know how you're doing it without ShipStation. The tracking, everything is so well automated. Analytics show where you're saving and where you can optimize. And 1 million businesses have trusted ShipStation, including ours. So you can believe us. You can trust us.
Try ShipStation free for 60 days with full access to all features. No credit card needed. Go to ShipStation.com and use code GALS for 60 days for free. 60 days gives you plenty of time to see exactly how much time and money you're saving on every shipment. That's ShipStation.com, code GALS. ShipStation.com, code GALS.
You know, Lucy and I have been glasses wearers since basically forever.
The womb.
The womb. And it is a complex, expensive, and often frustrating process. Like, you try to do it through your eye doctor. Their options aren't that great. Every frame is like $700 inexplicably. Like, you don't understand where that money is going. And I'm going to tell you right now, Warby Parker has totally changed the game for both of us. We love them.
We love them. I was hesitant to purchase glasses online when I first bought my first pair of Warby Parkers like a million years ago. But that is not an issue anymore because you can try them on your face with your camera on your phone.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's unbelievable. So that is one of my favorite things about Warby Parker. But honestly, nothing else comes close to quality, price, selection, customer service. You are going to be a loyal Warby Parker person once you start. You just can't stop. So no longer do you have to choose between flimsy, outdated styles or spending half of your paycheck. Because Warby Parker totally changes that. Their prescription glasses start at $95. So you can actually get quality and stylish frames at an affordable price. Their selection is like bananas. They have so many options.
The sunglasses?
Oh my God, yeah. You can do sunglasses. They also offer online eye exams, contact lenses. It's all in one place. It makes everything so much easier. Plus, they also have over 300 retail stores across the United States. So it's nice knowing that if you want that in-person option, you have it.
Right now, buy one prescription pair and get 20% off any additional prescription pairs at warbyparker.com/gals. That's 20% off additional prescription pairs when you go to warbyparker.com/gals. Like I said, I have the fan pick today, and they picked a real trailblazer in queer history, as well as smut. So 2 of my favorite things. Let's dive into the life of a woman who did not just write literature, she lived it with a defiance that scandalized and eventually captivated the world.
Oh my God.
Because today we're talking about Sidonie Gabrielle Colette. Better known simply as Colette.
Colette.
To understand the woman who would eventually become a classic of French identity, we have to go back to Burgundy in 1873. Colette was raised in the village of Saint-Sauveur-en-Puisay. Saint Savory Wet's Pussy is how I translate that.
Yuck.
Her childhood was defined by a deep, almost ever-dependent bond with her mother. And a
Over-dependent?
Over-dependent, yeah. Sorry. They're a little
Could be
too
both.
close. They're a little too close. And a secular education that was part of a new, quote, instructional revolution for girls in France. Unlike her peers in private Catholic schools, Colette's upbringing was rooted in a more modern and secular world. So this was like the early rollout of like high-level public school in France. The Catholics were kind of running the show, but there was kind of like a new era, an instructional revolution, if you will, that was quoted in here from one of my sources, of schooling that is not just run by the Catholic Church, basically.
Got it. Okay.
But the quiet village life didn't last. In 1893, financial troubles pushed her family to marry her off to Henri Gautier Viard, an author 14 years her senior, who went by Willie.
Oh, Willie.
Yuck.
Old Willie.
Oh, Willie. They moved to Paris, and this is where Colette's career really began, though not in the way that you would expect. Willie was a literary facade who used ghostwriters to produce his work. So not only was he writing under a pen name, which is fine, lots of people do that, but he was ghostwriting, which is also fine. But he's like, you don't need to do either of these things. You're a man who's an author in 1890s France.
So he was ghostwriting for other people, or he used
his own
ghostwriters. So he wasn't even a writer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are lots of people, there are lots of reasons to use ghostwriters. It is a broad strokes generalization to say that ghostwriting is not writing. I understand that, but this guy is not like disabled or in like any other need of assistance. He just wants like the clout without actually doing the fucking work, and then to slap his little willy on it and call it his, which is a pattern for him because he does that to his new wife.
I'm going out on a limb and suggesting that ghostwriting in 2026, with all of its ways of being a valid means of producing a work,
is not the same as what Willie was doing. Yeah.
Not the same.
No, 100%. He realized his young wife had a talent for recalling piquant details from her school days and essentially forced her to write them down so that he could then use them.
Oh.
These drafts became the sensationally popular Claudine series, but you can never trust a man. Willie initially published all of these popular works under his name, taking all of the profits and the legal rights. Realizing he married a cash cow, he even went as far as to lock Colette in a room until she finished the next installment of the series.
That's love.
That is love and support of your partner's gifts, if I ever heard it. She truly left her mark on the global queer community as a cultural icon who lived and wrote with a fearlessness that defied the rigid gender and sexual conventions of her era. One of her most significant contributions was like the overall early introduction of sapphic themes like women loving women into like mainstream audiences and into literature, period.
Okay.
And that was like the significance of the Claudine series, which of course doesn't carry the same impact at the time that it was released because it was released under a man's pen name.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have like the same, you know, it's important that this
Could
work,
come off
that
as-
it's known that this work is hers.
Well, and then it's like first person experience and like these are real lived experiences and truthful.
Yep.
And it's not a guy being weird about girls.
Right. This series featured one of the first feisty female teenage voices in literature and explored same-sex love triangles. Twilight who? This body of work provided an early 20th century window wide open on female desire, presenting a new version of what autonomous, sexually adventurous lives could look like for women. Here are a couple snippets just to give you a taste of her writing style. It is quite beautiful.
Yes.
Quote, her stormy eyes, her sincere sensuality, the softness of her skin and her voice.
Whoa.
I'm already wet. His nature is like a demonstrative cat's. Or her nature, sorry. I'm already centering men. Her nature is like a demonstrative cat's. She is delicate, acutely sensitive to cold, and incredibly caressing in her ways.
Mm.
And another quote, I have lived 10 years of wild rovings, of conquests and discoveries in those woods. The day when I leave them, my heart will be very heavy.
Yes.
Anyway, I liked her writing. From Smithsonian Mag, quote, Colette wrote for New Women at the turn of the century, not by promoting feminist political action and suffrage, which she actually demonstrated some disdain for, but by presenting a new vision of what women's lives, particularly middle-class women's lives, could be in France in this period. The New Woman was an independent, free-spirited, and sexually adventurous ideal that emerged at the end of the 19th century. And to this we say, well, Colette, whether you embraced feminism or not, your work was very feminist in its place in history. You're dropping feminist takes, whether you want to label yourself or not.
Well, I think because it was a early modern feminist take, it wasn't seen as such, and because women probably weren't necessarily encouraged to participate in politics,
right?
A person might not necessarily tie those together as intrinsically as we do today.
Right, 100%. I just think it's so funny because like everything I read circles back so many times to how she wouldn't call herself a feminist. She was not in support of suffrage, but
she was a queer icon.
Yeah, so she's just been kind of like retrofitted into this thing. Well, retrofitted by her own work. Like, it's like, girl, you are a feminist. You just aren't a feminist the way that you understood it at the time that you were alive. But I just thought that was really funny. So, by 1906, Colette had had enough of being like literally locked in a closet to write smut that then her husband is getting all of the fucking money for. Like, fuck you. So she separates from Willie and seeks financial independence on the stage as a mime and performer.
Ooh, a clown.
Options for women leaving their husbands were limited, okay? So the girl had to mime to survive. She's going to mime her way through law school. Leave her alone.
What, like it's hard?
What? Like it's hard? This transition into the bohemian subculture of Paris allowed her to explore her own identity more freely. So she'd always, like, known she liked the ladies, and that obviously showed up really heavily in her books. She is considered like queer, probably bisexual or pansexual, because she did have relationships with men like throughout her life. We'll get to her later relationships with men and how I think that her preference after kind of having a great love of her life, which we're about to dive into, would remain with more the divine feminine. But I appreciate kind of how things landed for her. Mm-hmm. So she leaves, she gets she's miming, she's getting all wrapped up in this Parisian performing arts subculture, which, again, amazing to visit.
For theater kids.
Amazing to visit the, like, 1900s Parisian theater kids.
Yeah.
Would be pretty amazing. It was during this time that she began a passionate affair with Mathilde de Mornay, an aristocrat known as Missy.
A girl.
Yes, but not
a person.
A person. Okay, so she is historically referred to as female because I believe she did predominantly use she, her pronouns. But again, we didn't have a lot of the same understanding and language that we have today. And how she identified herself was never really like clearly stated because A, it wasn't accepted widely, and B, we also didn't have the terminology for it. Mm-hmm. So Missy, fascinating. She defied every gender norm of this era, which was known as like the Belle Epoque. Mm-hmm. So it's a period of French and European history that began after the end of the Franco-Prussian War in 1871 and continued until the outbreak of World War I in 1914. So this is kind of like when that's ramping up and then it kind of peters out after World War I really kicks off.
Yeah, they were real. I was looking at that. Also, I was going to talk about the Belle Epoque stuff, but it's a lot about the architecture and the optimism of just like the culture at the time, because it was after what they had thought was the worst war that they could ever see, and before obviously wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. So Missy cuts her hair super short. She consistently wears tailored 3-piece suits. She smokes cigars.
Cool.
She uses masculine nicknames like Uncle Max.
Butch, I love her.
So while historians still debate today Missy's queer identity, the conversation is around mostly whether she was more like mask lesbian or if she would have in modern times like identified as a transgender man. And we'll likely never know because, like we said, the terminology in those days was not as open and accessible.
And she's not here to answer for herself.
She's not here to answer for herself, but like no matter where either of these people fell on the spectrum in the early 1900s, their relationship was a radical act of queer visibility because they were very much like together. This is from JSTOR Daily, which is like this cool kind of like library collaborative website. I don't know, it's really interesting.
JSTOR.
JSTOR, yeah.
JSTOR is great.
Well, there you go. Quote, in 1881, Missy entered a marriage of convenience with Jacques Godard, 6 Marquis de Belbeuf, receiving a title and a stellar domestic deal. She was free to pursue affairs with whomever she preferred. Godard himself was homosexual and found comfort outside the marriage as well.
Ooh, lavender.
Missy divorced Belbeuf in 1903, enjoying instead the company of other women, including the elegant courtesan and dancer Liane de Pougy.
Luan de Lesseps.
And the adventurous and free-spirited French novelist Colette. Nice. So, yeah.
She's getting hers.
Yep, they're both getting theirs. Now to the night that changed everything. January 3rd, 1907. Colette and Missy took the stage at the Moulin Rouge for a pantomime titled Rêve d'Égypte, Egyptian Dream. No way that wasn't problematic, lol. Okay. At the time, Paris audiences, as Lucy covered, were accustomed to seeing some nudity, the dancing, the lewd displays. Lewd. But they were not prepared for what happened next. Colette and Missy shared a passionate kiss on stage and for the entire audience.
Radical.
Well, what sounds so benign to us almost 120 years later was a massive shock to the patrons who came to see like dancers and mimes and titties. This kiss was way too far. This is not what we signed up for. This is not what I voted for. This is the future that radical leftists want.
I did not expect the Moulin Rouge to be so woke.
Yeah, and they were pissed. Like, the reaction was actually like fairly violent. I mean, it was like people didn't like die, but riots did break out and spill into the streets because people were absolutely fucking losing it over this. Whoa. And the police were called. They had to control the crowd. They like promptly shut down the production after only one night of this show with Missy and Colette.
Oh no, they had all their costumes and their shoes and everything.
While the scandal forced the couple into a more secretive existence, it remains an iconic moment of radical import that challenged the very boundaries of gender and desire.
Wow.
Colette's career did grow from there, not on the stage, but she kind of like made a name for herself and was writing more. And she wasn't with Willie anymore. So she's writing under her own fucking name, and she gets to go back and reclaim and name her work. That whole
yes.
Claudine or whatever series. It's hard to have Colette, Claudine.
Lots of CLs.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a clot.
It's a clot. She became the first woman president of the Académie Goncourt, and she was a Nobel Prize nominee.
For what?
I'm
her
sorry.
Smut?
I mean, for her writing. I don't know. It wasn't all smut. Just because you start with smut doesn't mean it's all smut. She wrote masterpieces like Chérie and Gigi, focusing on the everyday struggles, sexual desires, and autonomy of women, which is so anti-feminist of you, Colette.
Wow.
She did enter into 2 lavender marriages with men who were aware of her preferences and very much aware of their own preferences.
Good for them.
The first did end in divorce, but the second lasted until her death. When she died in 1954, she was the first woman writer in France to receive a state funeral.
Wow.
Though she famously distanced herself from the feminist movement of her time, even making disparaging remarks about suffragists.
Girl, get real.
I know, wake up. She's now celebrated as a feminist icon because her work provided, like we said earlier, a window wide open on life and the complexities of female desire. We don't just want that D.
No.
There's a whole spectrum of things that women want. Her relationship with Missy and their 1907 kiss at the Moulin Rouge remains an iconic moment, like we said, of radical import. I loved that quote from the Smithsonian Mag because it just sounds so goofy. Serving as a landmark event in the history of queer visibility and the public challenge to binary norms. So while, like, obviously people reacted in this really, to us, shocking way, that was these people's first time ever seeing women publicly engage in romantic displays of affection.
Been like seeing aliens for some people.
Kinda. So like the initial reaction was really insane, but think of how groundbreaking that is to have done that in like 1907.
Yeah.
And how much that sets the course for how like queer history and queer bravery, frankly, has evolved over time, and especially in these artist spaces, because you can't tell me that the people on stage and the people who are performing were the ones who were super shocked at queerness being displayed. Like, but it was kept so secret.
They did that in every rehearsal.
Probably.
Leading up.
But it was all just kept, it was so secretive because it was like not, obviously you weren't allowed in to be just out. And then they hear these ladies come and just fucking go for it.
Well, talk about window wide open or whatever the other phrase was. Like, you're literally making queer love visible to probably a lot of those people for the very first time.
Right. And people who might feel the same way. Seeing that, oh my God, other people feel like this.
How many people got so turned on by that?
I bet. And that's why they freaked out. They're like, oh no, I have a boner. I'm wet. Fuck. Anyway, modern scholars and historians continue to use Colette's writing, specifically her 1932 work, The Pure and the Impure, to explore the, quote, horizon of gendered possibilities and investigate the historical roots of what might today be described as transgender identities. So I think her proximity and her close relationship with Missy, obviously how they interacted with each other, really showed up in Colette's work over time. And so people now, through a modern lens, who like are working in gender studies and like queer history, can pull those themes out that like we have different terminology for today, but still identify that like, yes, queer and trans people existed and have always existed throughout like every cross section of history. It just wasn't as open as maybe it is now. And not everybody knows exactly how to identify it, but that doesn't mean that that these people didn't exist. So I thought that was really, really interesting. And it's just so funny that, again, not feminist, but like, baby, we're still using your words in a scholarly text for feminist theory, basically. And like, gender
might
studies
not
and queer studies.
You might not have called yourself feminist, but
it happened to you.
Categorically defined you as such. So unfortunately, it's not in your hands anymore.
Yep. So yeah, I got ahead of myself because I finished it with this. Much to her personal chagrin, Colette's influence extends into the foundation of feminist and queer theory. She is the most cited writer in the Simone de Beauvoir seminal 1949 book, The Second Sex, which mentions her like 21 times. By documenting the varying tensions of unconventional relationships without making moral judgments, she created a foundational literary space for queer lived experiences to be explored and recognized as both significant and classic literature. Like she's up there with like classic writers of this era, and she was writing fucking queer, smutty books. Today, her legacy is reaffirmed through frequent modern adaptations, including one that we need to watch, the 2018 film Colette, which I think is Keira Knightley and somebody else. Hey Siri, who stars in the 2018 film Colette?
The 2018 film Colette stars Keira Knightley, Dominic West, Eleanor Tomlinson, and Denise Gough.
Thank you. So yeah, we got to add that to the watch list.
Yeah.
So yeah, all these modern references to her work still keep her life and her work like alive in contemporary discussions. She's often referenced in what's it called when you're smart? Like educational or intellectual conversations about identity, agency, and just queer history, feminism, the refusal to be categorized.
Yeah.
Smart people shit. Smart people shit. I just think it's so funny that she was like, I'm not a feminist. And it's like, it's 2026 and we're still referencing you, bitch. So I don't know what to fucking tell you.
I'm sorry, you made out with a chick on a stage.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool. I'm sorry you don't agree.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
good for her.
That's Colette and Missy, Uncle Max. God bless him.
Max.
God bless him.
That's such a great nickname.
So good.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got through a lot.
We did.
And guess what? We didn't talk about any horrific murders this episode.
We didn't. That felt good. That felt really good.
Yes. Okay. Well, who the fuck knows what we got going on next week? It's probably going to be something gory. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you so much to AJ and Haley for your fanfic of Moulin Rouge Crimes.
And thanks for joining us over on Uncorked. We're so glad to have you there. Tell all your friends to come join us over there too. It's a fun time.
Oh, too much content. If you're bored at all.
Oh my God. We got you. Yeah. I got you.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Danielle Sylvan. Music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell. Editing by Jonathan Camp. Our production manager is Andrea Gardner. For photos, sources, and other resources, head to wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can follow us on all the socials at Wine and Crime Pod. If you'd like to show your support and get access to all sorts of wine-fueled bonus content, check out our premium channel at wineandcrimepodcast.com/uncorked. Cheers!